Welcome back to Houston Life. Many people aren't really comfortable discussing their final arrangements, but it is important to plan ahead. After all, we plan for most big moments in our lives. So why wouldn't you think about how you or a loved one wants to be remembered when that time comes? Joining us now is Tommy Torres with Dignity Memorial. Welcome to Studio B, Tommy.
Thank you for having me.
It is such a pleasure. And when we talk about funeral services, they really have evolved, right? They continue to evolve. There are options to memorialize loved ones.
Oh, definitely. We have everything from personalization tables that not only have personal pictures, but also items that families can bring, and then we can expand from that. We also have special music that people will give us their playlists, and we've implemented golf carts and just whatever tells that family's life story.
Like for me, for example, my dad, you know, it was the Astros, it was sports, it was him being a school board member, and you can really take those things and make it true to what that person loved.
Yes, and then we can even go up a level and offer baseballs as keepsakes that people can write on, put in the casket, or even just keep for themselves to take home. And so that part is fun. Sometimes the families don't know about it, so it's a nice surprise for them.
Right, and even though death is a somber topic, it doesn't always have to be so morbid. You guys really offer this celebration of life angle that really celebrates their person and the time that we got to spend with them while they were here, right?
Absolutely. With the personalization tables, we've actually, once again, evolved from just having the pews to having round tables because that does promote conversation with guests. It's hard to speak to someone with the back of the head, and so we do that, and we'll also do customized centerpieces that also, once again, tells their life story and just really promotes fellowship. And so it's really become popular.
And this is important, I think, for people to make their own wishes known, because it's a lot of decision making when you suddenly leave a loved one, when you're left with all of this responsibility of the planning. So if you're the type of person who says, no, I specifically want my, funeral or services to be like this, now is really the time to start planning with those things and take a lot of the guesswork out for your kids, your family members, your loved ones that, are here.
It is very important to let your wishes be known, whether you want even something as simple as burial or cremation. Some of our families are surprised when we do have pre-arrangements to what their loved ones picked. Maybe it's a little bit more extravagant than they're used to, or even maybe a little bit more simple than they're used to. You used your father as an example. I'll use mine as an example. When he lived here in the States, never spent any money. Now that he's back in Mexico, he wants a big mausoleum built.
Wow.
And so I would have never known that if he wouldn't have told me.
Yeah, exactly. So it's important for people to document their wishes, make their wishes known. How do you guys what resources are available for people to document their final wishes for their family members?
We do have personal planning guides. And so that asks a lot of questions, right down to all the information we'll need for the death certificate. You'd be surprised how many people do not know their grandmother's maiden name. And even kind of what their parent might have done. They might put retired, even Social Security numbers. We need to know things like that, but also their music, what they want to be dressed in, who they want to officiate, who they want the pallbearers to be. And then we have special personal planning guides for veterans that has all the paperwork that they need to be able to obtain the benefits that they deserve.
So helpful, so helpful. Also, it's important to think about financing those plans in advance, right?
Absolutely. Yes, one of the other benefits of pre-planning is that it sets the cost of the funeral for the day that you make the arrangements.
So yeah, if you think taxes are going up and prices are going up, if you can actually lock in an actual number today if you wanted to start planning it. I always say that's the biggest gift my dad gave us when he left, is the fact that he took care of that all before he decided to leave us too quickly. I wish he was here, but it was like one final, hey, I got you guys. And it was just so nice to have what he wanted laid out for us. Okay, shifting gears a bit, can you tell us what's happening around the Houston market for Mother's Day? Any special events or ways people can celebrate?
Oh yes, absolutely. All of our cemeteries fun fact, Mother's Day is the most busiest day of the cemetery. It's visited the most on Mother's Day, and most cemeteries will give out flowers at the front of the gates to the families as they come in. And then also our funeral home in Kingwood is doing a Mother's Day remembrance coming up. And then if you would like to RSVP, it's for all mothers, or if you've lost your mother. So.
It's really nice. Yeah. Memorial Day events at cemeteries as well. Memorial Day around the corner. Yes.
We all, most cemeteries as well will give away flags, or they'll do a remembrance ceremony for our veterans. I think Forest Park, the Woodlands, has one coming up. But once again, always feel free to give your local funeral home or cemetery a call to see if they have anything.
Well, Tommy Torres with Dignity Memorial, we're so glad you stopped by. Thank you for being a guest and letting us know what's happening at Dignity Memorial. And to download a free planning guide, visit dignitymemorial.com/details. Take advantage of that, and we will be right back with more Houston Life.